All right, guys, let's use the Mato, M-A-T-O, H20 tool and put some splices on these belts. There's just a couple things I really want to point, just kind of one little setup thing that will make this tool for your first time a million times easier. I couldn't find anywhere to kind of really clarify this. And so let's kind of go through this first little initial setup, and it will answer any questions if you get this tool yourself. So these are the factory looking splices. So here's the splice that come off of John Deere, and here's the splice that's going back on the John Deere. And so it's the OEM style. Now, so here's our tool, and here's our repair splice. So are you supposed to be here? Are you supposed to be here? Are you supposed to be here? So there's anywhere you can put it, you know, left or right. But the big difference is them dowels. So you see how it fits the back of the eyelet right there? And then if we move over one spot, now you can see it's out of place. Now technically, you can still get the tool on and you can still install it, but it ain't how it's supposed to be. So if you get them backs set down on all them little roll pins, and then get the tool in there, now when you load the pin, so now when the pin is loaded, the tool goes on really nice, and them rivets come right into place, and the rivets come into the hole, and then you just use the tool and just drive them down, and you hear the change in the tone, and then you know you're solid and you're good. That little bit of information, if I would have had a video like this, would have saved me a lot of time on the very first splice I did. But now we know. So now I marked center, and I've marked my millimeter. The instructions say go 1.5 millimeters off. And then the same thing on this belt. I still got to skive that belt, but 1.5 millimeters off on here. And in theory, when you line that up to that offset, then the belts are supposed to be in line after everything's all said and done. And so, yeah, because this 1.5 millimeters moves it this way, and that 1.5 millimeters moves it that way. So your lines should be off set, which will bring your belts square. And so, yeah, let's get this one going. This plate works good, and so what I've been doing is I'll set this plate up here and then put this splice on. So then I've only got to move the belt, 2 feet instead of trying to move the belt 5 feet to get out to the cart. And so it works good to be able to do it up here with minimal time monkeying around. So let's do it and see how it turns out. So there we got it. Our white line between our center line and our white line there line up. So then we can install, and I'll have to pound it off of camera because I can't do it all. He slides right on down, so he's in place. And then what I've been doing, and the instructions say it too, is you hit an end and then double check that the belt is bottomed, hit an end, and then hit your middle, and then I work out. And so we'll be back in a second. All right, so when we first lift the tool off, we stayed in place, and at a quick glance, everything feels good there. Kind of work that guy off, flip him over. Everything looks Looks really good there. We're not embedded into the belt, and there's not a gap from the belt. And so, by golly, that looks really nice. Now we got to clean all your little rubber punch pieces. So we just give him a little cleaning. And now I'll just move this belt down a little bit, clean this end up, and square them up and prep them. And we'll do that side and see how it works out. And then we got all the others to do. There you go. You can see your white lines are kind of offset. I haven't hammered this one down yet because I wanted to do a test fit, and you can see the edges there. Pretty dang square. By golly, the system works. Not that I don't trust some companies, but first time using a tool, I wanted to just be careful and figure this out. And so, yeah, this first splice probably took me 17 hours to get figured out, and now the rest will take me 7 minutes. But there we go. Let's pound this one down, and then that belt is done.